the stage your next speaker, Annemarie Shalloo.
Go. Within the Irish education system, at the end of senior cycle, young people will complete a high-stakes examination. It's called the Leaving Certificate. It's highly stressful, highly competitive, and it's highly significant because it can influence and determine whether or not a young person will progress on to further and higher education, to apprenticeships, etc. Not giving away my age, but I still have nightmares about my Leaving Cert 30 years later. That's how stressful it was. 90% of young people completed their Leaving Cert in 23-24. Now that has to be commended. That is a high retention rate, and that has been the trend for the last number of years. But what about the other 10%? That is what I'm most interested in. That's what gets me up out of bed in the morning. If you are a young person from a working class area, you are at a higher risk of forming part of that 10%. Roughly half of young people from working class areas attend third level institutions in comparison to their middle class counterparts. So we have a class-based issue in relation to the Irish education system. Despite all the equality policy endeavours down through the years, there is still a cohort of young people who do not progress on. As John Lennon once sang, imagine all the people. Imagine all the young people this year completing their Leaving Cert and progressing on to whatever it is they want to do, regardless of their social class background. I introduce you to alternative education, because perhaps we can begin to imagine this. Alternative education is a hidden sector. It's not fully recognised nor regulated by the Department of Education in all its guises. There are many different projects doing many different things. Some projects work within, others work in collaboration with, while others work outside of the mainstream system. These projects work with early school leavers, working class young people with mental health difficulties, and young people with learning disabilities. Their underlying mission is to combat educational inequality in Ireland. My research will shed light on specific projects who support working class young people to complete their Leaving Cert. I will use an equity lens to carry out this research. I will carry out focus group interviews and one-to-one interviews with young people who were supported by these projects. I want to understand from their perspective about the support that they have received. Has it made a difference in their lives? And what impact it has made in terms of their progression? Most importantly, what can the educational community learn from this, both alternative and mainstream, in combating educational inequality in Ireland today? Thank you.